everyone, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This is episode 17 of our Mothership sci-fi horror RPG campaign running through the Gradient Descent Space Mega Dungeon module. My name is John, I am your warden for the evening, and tonight we have...
Hi, I'm David, and I'll be playing David, the android.
Hi, everybody. I'm Matt, Thulsadoo, Scientist Supreme.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ted. New year, new me, same. Delphon's Hubble, Marine.
Nice, and we are without Mike, who would normally be playing Rick Sharp, the other Marine, for he is dead to us tonight. But we do have David back, so Android is there. The caller for tonight is Ted. Ted will be wrangling these gentlemen to make sure that they stay on task. Date and time, it is the 12th of January, 2125. It's approximately about 6:40 a.m. in-game time. Out here in the real world, Happy New Year, everybody. It is the beginning of 2026, already shaping up to be another horrific, shitty fucking year.
Don't sugarcoat it, John. Really,
are we the band playing the Titanic down right now? I don't know.
I don't know what the sci-fi horror is in the game or in real life. Probably both. But hope springs eternal.
Sync up.
All right. So let's start us off. Since everyone's on the deep, we'll start us off with a nice fresh Ben's check, please.
Ooh.
Ted.
All right. Matt, David, and then I will go.
Okay. My Ben's is a delightful 35, and I roll. I rolled two 10s. Let me roll the ones. Yeah, that's not bad. I rolled a 35.
Oh,
I tied.
Ooh.
Is that bad?
I don't know. I have to look that up. If you roll,
if we don't know, that means it's good. I think.
I think it's good. If you roll under your Ben score, look up the number. Okay, so you just barely passed it.
Yes.
Because
well done.
Tulsa doing it.
Tulsa, you crazy
David?
Enough.
Yeah, we don't need more. Go ahead, David.
All right. My Ben's is a 17, and I rolled a 50.
Okay, you're
all
good.
Right. Delphon's, who has demonstrated already that he has basically no soul and no emotion or anything. Clearly, he's got a Ben's check of 1. So
Nice.
let's see if I can avoid rolling a 1. And I rolled a 59.
Okay,
so
you're good.
I'm good.
Still fresh as a daisy here in the Ben's. You're like, I could leave anytime I want. All right. And I guess real quick, since we're in the numbers game here, let's throw off some stress scores real quick, just so we know what we're working with.
Okay, Matt.
I am rocking a 13.
Okay.
David. Muted.
I'm rocking and muted. I have a 10 stress.
All right. And Delphon's has a 12.
All right. Everyone's in the yellow. Those are all out of 20. Okay. So last time we met our intrepid scared people, they they were back on floor 6. They made a quick jaunt up to floor 4, which was hell, which is where the Achlor and the Achler are separated, though. This time with the intent to go to the Achlor to observe and see what the readouts gave them on the ball of cables artifact that they put in the Achler a couple episodes ago.
Right.
They found Caius' body, killed by troubleshooters. And they were not able to scan it because David was the one with the cybernetic diagnostic scanner. And David
Well.
Yeah, he was not in the episode last time. And discovered that the ball of cables was pretty cool in 2 ways. 1, it's worth a lot of money. 2 million credits worth of money. That's what it's worth on the black market, sold to the right person. But more importantly, its ability is that it can double the computational power of any device that it connects to. And it is a ball of basically inputs and outputs. So it's like one of those, on a mega scale, like one of those, European international style adapters for your plugs. So it can basically connect to anything within reason, and double the computational powers of it. Then
can we plug it into David? And if so, where is his port?
Yeah, right. TBD.
That's a fun use of it.
That's what the readout was. The artifact is still physically in the Achler, so they have to go all the way out and back around out in the space to go back and get it. This is the price you must pay to get your answers for artifacts. Then you throughout your entire journey, you've been seeing the remnants of the steel wiring in different places. So, and then you also spotted that the hunter was actually in the elevator shaft, caught a glimpse of it, went back down in the elevator, back down to floor 6, which is the half destroyed floor after the Zhuangzi blew half of it up. And you tracked the pseudo milk blood and steel webbing back to the digestion spray room, which I believe was the first place you actually spotted webbing in the first place, way back in the day. And it came, it sensed you after I think someone deliberately like twinged the steel webbing. It came through the electrical grid thing, the sort of 2001/Event Horizon sort of room. And Thulsa stood back while the Marines basically unloaded upon it. And thankfully, because what killed most of its health points?
The androids in the lobby area.
Right, the security androids. Yes, thank you.
On the fourth floor.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so it was already heavily wounded. You guys finished it off, though, in magnificent fashion, and you managed to harvest most of its valuable parts from it. 2 of those valuable parts, the scythe-like blade arms, were on Rick Sharp, so you do not have access to those right now. So, very hunter-focused episode. You are basically back on floor 6 again, and you know, like there's on this floor specifically, there's a lot of like emergency lighting going on. No klaxons or anything like that. But the station is definitely in an emergency mode right now. You've seen no hide nor hair of any divers, and that's basically it. You haven't really explored that far since the major catastrophe happened in the lower levels. So. Right now, you are in the digestion spray room, which is basically 1 corridor away from the elevator landing. The electric grid room is right ahead of you, which you have yet to actually step foot in. You've spotted it a bunch of times, but you haven't explored it.
Let's look at it, boys.
Well, wait. Yeah. There's also a giant dead spider monster android thing right at our feet,
which you've harvested.
And one thing that Thulsa's very curious about, she would like to test so that we can calibrate that android detection device. Now that we have him here, we know that this thing was an android. I think it would be good to scan its body just to see how this thing works.
Sure.
What it reads out when we know the thing is an android. It's right here.
You want to provide it with a positive before you find a negative.
Exactly. Like we're going to know for certain this is an android and test it and make sure that it's actually working.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
So, David,
do you think it knows it's an android?
Not anymore. I don't think it knows much of anything right now.
I'll use the scanner, John. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when you whip it out and you turn it on, it basically here's me using basically again. It most definitely does this. It scans the entire body. We're using like red, like MRI sort of things, like CT scan sort of thing, from top to bottom. It takes a lot of time. You have to do it very, very slowly, very, very slowly, as it's reading like the secret things that no one else can see. So every use of the CDS, as we'll abbreviate it, is takes a turn, like a full 10 minutes sort of thing.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that off. And that doesn't come without a price, so just don't worry about it. Stuff's just
kind of happening. I'm sure it's all good.
You have to feed quarters into this thing.
Afterwards, it doesn't give you any indication of what's happening as it progresses. You have to do the entire scan before it functions. So
it's not like a percentage android.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Yeah, but I remember you tried it before, and I told you that it gave like a negative or something like that when you try to use it on a live person or a live android or something like that. This time, the very first thing that happens is it sort of beeps friendly, like when it starts to connect to the hunter, like yes,
it's dead.
Yeah, this is a dead thing. Yeah. So afterwards, and then it just gives you a nice little summary. That's basically a yes or no. So by the Mothership Player's Guide, it does more than what Gradient Descent has its main use for. So in the Player's Guide, it can diagnose any physical or mental issues that androids may be having. And so this is often distrusted by androids because of that, right? So, David, yeah, it's something that you find generally distasteful because this is basically something that can read all your deepest, darkest secrets.
Nice. David, would you like me to hold that for you? I can just.
But apparently, what they've discovered, what Thelema discovered, is that it has that other use of actually being able to uncover infiltrator androids. This is the big thing. Is like the infiltrator androids are not known anywhere else except here on the deep. Except now you're getting the intimation that maybe it's not as locked tight as you hoped it would be, and you have to kind of think of the ramifications of that. So it diagnoses on the hunter that this thing may have some physical and mental issues. not a normal android. It reads out that it's been heavily mutated, heavily piecemealed together from differing parts, and then it confirms that it is indeed an android.
John, are we able to tell from this if it was built this way or if it started as something and then was transformed and worked on?
It doesn't say it in so many words, but you can infer that it did not, based upon the diagnostics, that it did not start this way. It was mutated and shaped into this form, a combination of unknown processes and also just bolting on different parts of different androids.
Ugh.
All right.
So two things real quick. Number one, I was hoping to kind of search this room. I don't think we've ever really done a search of this room that we're in. While he was doing the scanning, I could look around. But then I remembered, John, I'm suspicious. And David just popped into being out of nowhere.
You don't have to play like that.
Trust this guy.
NPC cloud stuff doesn't matter because that's too gamey. But yeah, if there's any new PC that joins, or any NPC that joins,
trying to play it honest, man. Trying to play it honest.
I appreciate it, but that would be devastating considering that someone's usually absent.
That's true. I will also automatically fail because I do fear saves at disadvantage because he's there.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, gentlemen, I would very much like to look into the electric grid and all that. Do we want to go scan the corpse of what's his face first, or do you want to look
on this floor?
Yeah.
Right. Never mind.
On this floor, we have a zebra
Correct.
that's in the cocoon in the room that we just passed.
That's correct.
But you mentioned you mentioned searching the digestion spray room, which is what we're in.
Yeah.
So
concurrent, to use that term.
Yeah, exactly. Concurrent with the scanning of the android. So I think, John, does that turn anything up?
The digestion spray room? No, not really. Just the remnants of those like weird pseudo-flesh jellyfish things that were sort of dropped. Like you took care of those a long time ago. Well, a long time ago. It was actually more than 10 days ago.
Yeah.
So,
I'm curious about that. I don't think this is probably in the realm of the possible, but it only occurs to me now. If we were to prod at one of those, is there such a thing as an acid sac or something that contains the acid they were dripping that we could extract?
So there's only remnants of them because the acid that when they dropped, they actually ate through the floor.
Yeah,
but there is remnants. Do you want to poke and prod them?
No. David can, but I do not.
I mean, I'm not going to do it with my finger. What I'm curious about is we know it burns through metal. Presumably it burns through glass as well. I don't know if we have any glass bottles with us.
I don't.
I've got my tequila bottle, but there's still some tequila in it. And that's
there's the tool
really
shed.
might be more valuable at this point.
Does anyone have like
Does
anyone have like a bio doctor
scanner,
medicine, any sort of skill-ish like that?
Mike did.
No, Mike did.
No, not the skill.
Or equipment.
First aid kit.
I have jury rigging.
No, I was just wondering if anyone had like any sort of background in that sort of stuff because you might have been able to tell something about the nature of those creatures.
We brought the wrong sort of scientist.
Okay, well, that's something we could look into in a future date, but I don't think it's pressing for us. I was just curious because acid is acid.
Let's look at the electric grid, guys. Let's just get in there.
Okay,
and scope it out.
And to be clear, too, both this room and the electric grid room, in the electric grid room even more, is covered by steel wiring.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Which we don't really have to worry about so much anymore.
Well, you do. it won't trigger the hunter, but it's extremely sharp.
Yeah.
Right. Why don't I take the little hand welder and use it in its cutting mode and just go forward and lead on and just kind of cut to make sure we have a clear path.
Okay.
I am absolutely fine with you leading. I also have wire cutters that would be in my assorted tools kit, so I could like snip.
All right, you go first.
If you don't want to make any roll for damage from, if you don't want to make any rolls for getting damage from the wires, I will say that using your tools carefully, you will double the amount of time it takes to traverse rooms that have webbing.
But then on our way back, it would be faster because we cleared the webs.
That's
okay.
I think it's worth it
as long as you're on that same path.
One other thought, guys. We have a bunch of metal slag from this weird mutant android. We could try just tossing it as hard as we can through and trying to snap a bunch as we can, blunt force style. I don't know. You also have the sides from its arms.
No, Mike has them.
Oh, okay.
Has them.
Is there any like metal detritus that's loose that I could grab, John?
There's a ton because the hunter got shredded by bullets.
If you guys want to save time, that's a third option, but I'm down to do whatever you want.
What do we kind of do? If we kind of do all three, then we're really clearing away, right?
Okay, so
I like the
start
careful option, guys, just so that like we don't have wire springing into your face or something, you know. So
I agree.
Whatever tool we use, I say we take the time to do it.
No, I agree. I'm just wondering if John would cut the time in half if I heave a piece of metal through here first and snap a few.
Only one way to find out.
Why don't I try? Is that okay, Todd?
I will back up so that
Okay,
no springing wires shoot into my face.
With my extra strength from the exosuit, I will grab the biggest thing I can manage and try to toss it through
I forgot you're wearing that exosuit. Yeah. Into the electric grid room, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and it does indeed. It does what you think it does. So it snaps a bunch of the wires, and they kind of go recoiling and like that. It also damages a lot of those individual circuit panels.
I'm throwing it into. I thought there's a hallway with the bulkhead that this is.
I know. You don't have to throw it in there. There's no hallway between digestion spray and the electric grid. There's just an open open bulkhead door.
Not to be cheesy, but if I was worried about, I'm more important is the electric stuff. So I'm not going to try to damage it. I would have some awareness of it, I think.
Let me just go forward with the cutting torch, John.
Yeah.
I'll go slow and careful to avoid further damaging the electrical grid and causing the space station to collapse into the sun.
Okay. So when you move into the electric grid room, you remember from last time that the hunter was heavily damaged. Remember, sort of like walking in gangly when it was sort of approaching and everything like that. And so it was actually damaging the cells, the circuit panels as it was moving through. So, and those ones are emitting and you can kind of hear it, like there's like a low hiss when you kind of approach the door, Hubble, a low hiss of emitting gas coming from those damaged panels. Now you can't see the gas, but you can definitely hear it. It's something transparent.
Might be flammable. I have the exosuit. Oh, sorry.
Can I smell it at all, John? Like,
there's a vague smell, and it's not really going into the digestion spray room. So it seems to be localized wherever the circuit panels are, but it's vaguely like burnt silicon, like a very acrid smell.
Right, but I'm not smelling like methane or acetone or something like that. I mean, it could be argon. I don't know, but
no. But Thulsa, behind Hubble, your knowledge of robotics. Is there like a general like electronic skill or something like that?
I have my two highest are mechanical repair and robotics. So that
I think that covers what I'm looking for here. I think Thulsa, you would have the expertise to know that there is danger here, not that the gas is flammable like Hubble is thinking, but that it may be able to it's pretty darn high tech. There's some sort of like the circuits or something, like the gas that's kind of contained behind those circuit panels is contained in a very delicate manner. And if it is released at all and it interacts with certain other chemicals, it may produce like a very, very, very bad reaction. But you're not really sure what it is. You just sort of have the intimation like, oh, that's not good.
like a chlorine gas kind of thing, or a
Maybe.
mustard gas,
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
it easily makes.
Like right
I have
now,
my
it appears to
exosuit
like
on.
not affecting anything, and like Hubble's breathing normally. He's just like reporting that there's a silicon smell, but Thulsa, it pings in your brain like, oh, if we introduce something else, that it may cause a problem, but you're not really sure what that something else may be.
So we could
Hey,
take.
Thulsa,
Yes,
do you
David.
have any duct tape in that? Oh no, we don't have a. Yeah, you do have a toolkit. Or
Yeah,
that was. Do you have any tape
I
in
think duct
there? Something
It's
that we
mostly
can create a
what is
seal.
holding my insides in. Yes. I've got that.
Guys, I have an exosuit, so I won't breathe it. Right. So I can
Right.
try to go in there, and if I see a really distinct source, put some tape over it just to like jury rig a seal.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there? And I like that idea, David. But before you go in, I want to see just near the door or anything like that. Is there anything like safety warnings that's says in the event of a gas leak, press this big red button or something like that?
No, there isn't anything like that, but there is signage that a lot of danger signage, like do not enter without all authorization, highly fragile, the whole nine yards. Like basically, stay out unless you have like clear access. And you can tell too that the hunter forced open this door, and that the door normally would be locked tight.
Sure.
Right. So,
Right,
and then
right.
across the room, Hubble, you can see at the far end, and this is not a mega room. This is just like a normal room, but still large. It's still large, but not like mega large. At the very far end, there is a normal door, not a bulkhead door, but just a normal door. And there is a sign on it, which I guess which you've read based upon your map here on Miro. I guess you probably wouldn't be able to read it from here, but you already know that it's laser control.
Well, how about this, guys? I can go through. I don't know that we'll get that much cross ventilation, but I can open that door so that there might be some disbursement of any collected gas, and then I can try to tape any like known sources if there are any. Does that make sense?
To what end, David? Like
So that we can
just to
inspect
keep
this
it from the
room
gas.
as a collective, rather than just me going in there by myself and looking at the circuits and whatnot.
no, I meant like we could attempt to repair the electrical grid,
Yeah.
about which we know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that would be a good thing. Maybe it wouldn't. I'm wondering, like, would it make more sense to simply close the bulkhead door and get the hell out of here?
No. Because this is an adventure, Ted.
Well,
I'm kidding.
remembering that Tulsa is extremely wounded.
Yes.
We've got a 2 million credit.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
always
see
that.
your entrails, man. Look, they're like they're coming out.
The difference between my entrails being out and killing me and my just being here and something killing me is like this. So, I'm here. Whatever.
I'll put it this way. I think you guys should be in a safe range away before I go in, but I think the famous last words. I think the threat to me in an exosuit is substantially reduced, and at least exploring and then making a decision makes sense.
Just keep in mind what you don't want to do. If there's any trouble in here, I don't think firing weapons is a good idea. I think that's extremely bad.
Yeah.
I think this is a room as it is. This gas is fine. If we introduce some other energies to it or other chemicals to it, it could be very, very bad. So if we see something that we can slap a patch on, that's fine. All of these things have these gas things behind, but I'm curious what's behind that other door over there.
Yes. Laser control is an important thing.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's why I'm not going to use like a welding torch or anything that'll like produce a chemical response.
All right. Ted.
So if you want to go in and attempt to repair it, having considered all the options, that's fine by me. I do want to note, John, whether the bulkhead that the hunter irreparably damaged it, or can we actually shut the bulkhead?
You can shut it.
Should we need to? We should. We could still shut it. Okay.
You can still shut it, yeah.
Okay, great. But I love this plan then.
All right. To use our so I'm going to just do it. I don't think we need any paracord or anything like that. So I'm going to walk very slowly and carefully, looking at where I'm stepping, John, make sure I'm not breaking anything underfoot, and approach the bulkhead or the laser control door first.
Okay. So you enter into the room. Now, all four, like the floor, the left, right wall, and the ceiling are all coated with these panels, right?
Yeah.
Like seriously, like consider that scene from Event Horizon if you can remember, because it's just like that's how I'm picturing what I'm going with. So,
it's not 0G.
it's not 0G, and it's not, and it's obviously not meant for normal human traffic, right? Like maybe for people who know what they're doing, right? Like for maintenance and stuff like that. But it is impossible not to step on the panels at all. Like it's just impossible. There is no like walkway or anything like that.
I have a suggestion then. Do we have any shirt cloth or any cloth at all with us? I know there's certainly some in adjacent rooms, but I could wrap my feet at least to soften them and then step very carefully rather than like clanking down with a metal boot. You know what I mean?
Is there a system of like carabiner hooks or something that we haven't noticed, John? Like a way for a technician to sort of glide in there, like in Mission Impossible, with wires or something like that. Could we, exactly. Could we string up David and slide him in on a pulley rail or something?
Not really. I'll say this just so we can move ahead. It's not really like an OSR problem to solve.
Sure.
It's more that you get the feeling like if this place did need to be maintained, there's probably a network of crawl spaces underneath all of the walls, which they can access the workings of it from behind. But you don't see any way to access it from within this corridor right here, within the actual grid itself. But if you just want to, if you just tell me you're being careful, that's fine. So you move into the corridor and you're going to, what are you doing to stop the gas?
I'm not gonna do that yet. First, you said careful sign. So I'm gonna very carefully walk to the laser control door and I'm going to open it first.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you very slowly move across. Say a turn goes by. Don't mind me. And you reach that door. Yeah, so it's just like a normal door. And like as I said, it just says laser control.
I open it.
Okay, the door opens. It is not locked, and it leads to a corridor that just goes a short distance before it hooks around to the right. And looking around that corner, it's just more of like floor 6 sort of corridor. So it's like a mesh gangway sort of thing. Right. There is no. Well, that's not true. There is a smattering of wiring here, but not enough to pose a danger. It looks like the hunter
wire, you mean?
Hunter wire, yeah. It looks like the hunter moved through here, which tracks obviously, but it looks like it never spent any amount of time here or any desire to put down roots, as it were. But the corridor is basically laced with it in dangling threads. Again, you can navigate through it no problem. There doesn't appear to be any side passages or doors as far as the eye can see. It's like a long corridor that just goes down, down, down past like your horizon line.
Okay.
All right. So no immediate threat.
No immediate threat. Oh, and there's red lights that are doing their thing.
So do you want to come back into the electric grid and do the repairs, David?
Yeah, sure. I'm just doing a little corridor here.
Like tape over the missing panel or the damaged stuff to try to seal up the gas.
Yeah, so I will return rather than entering the corridor. And I want to, very carefully look. I'll look at the closest damaged panel, and I will sort of like inspect it closely to see if I see any or sort of a gas disbursement, John.
Yeah, so you can hear. Well, yeah, you can hear it, but you can't see anything. It appears the gas is completely transparent.
Do I see any obvious wiring or tubing that looks ruptured?
Yes. You can. You're not really sure. You can't make heads or tails of it, but you can see the back of the panel, right? And it's just like a very, very complex motherboard with a bunch of circuitry and soldering, and there appears to be some sort of maybe it's a coolant system. You're not really sure. You have no idea, but yeah, you can clearly see that there's something that is jetting. I will say like you can kind of feel it because of the pressure against your hand. Maybe you can actually feel like the gas exiting.
Okay. So here's my thought. I'll be very quick because I don't want to get in the weeds about this. This was a panel that was damaged, a glass or a plastic or some kind of panel. The panel still exists there. It's just cracked or shattered or some version of thing like that.
That's correct. Yeah, it would take a real pro to be able to fix that. A jury rig isn't going to do it. If you want to fix it, it would take like mechanical repair.
No, I'm not going to fix it, but I'm debating whether it's easier rather than trying to locate a tube and patch that up. if taking the damage panel and aggressively duct taping cracks, etc., and like sealing it with the panel itself is the easier method there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can
just like,
easily
tape
jury
it
rig.
back up.
You can jury
Basically
rig
tape the
anything.
panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to tape the panel flush with where it should fit and like seal any cracks that I can attempt to.
Okay. Yeah. So
Does that appear to effectively reduce the amount of gas leaking out?
It does. Mm-hmm. Yep. The panel itself is not repaired, right? You just stop gas.
No,
from
of
leaking.
course.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
if there's a need to repair it, I can give it a try. But right now, we don't seem to need it. So why waste the stress?
There is a few of these things, so if you want to take the time to do it, it can be done without further explanation. It just takes more time.
Right. So, guys, I'm going to say this is going to take a bit. Why don't you guys post a watch? Make sure no one sneaks up on us.
I was just going to suggest, I think what I should do is go back through the digestion spray, go up into the vent, and smuggle along until I get to the opening to the elevator landing, and not go into the landing, but wait in the vent.
I think that's wise.
Rifle at the ready.
Okay. All right. Right.
Okay.
I guess if we're going to do that, then I will wait in the digestion spray room, and while he's working, I would like to stick my head down because you said the acid kind of burned some holes in the floor. I want to just stick my head down there, John, and look and see if it happened to burn into any of these crawl spaces that could go underneath.
No. When I'm talking, like when I say panel, I actually mean like, can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Like they're like little rectangular things. They're like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But there's thousands of them in the room. You know. Yeah.
Right. But what Matt was saying is in the digestion spray, can he get below the floor from the acid holes?
In digestion spray, no.
Okay. That's too bad. That would have been a good point for a jump scare, though, by the way, John. If he's sticking a hole, and
Also, remember, do not eat the goo. The goo is not good for you.
Okay, so Hubble is taking watch in the maintenance duct that leads back to the elevator landing, and is anyone keeping watch in the long corridor at the other end of electric grid?
No.
Okay.
I would have reclosed the door, though, John, or I will reclose the door. And then I'm going to take as much time as I need to repair as many panels as I can.
Wait, are you repairing or are you just taping it up?
That's what I'm talking about. Well, sorry, when I say repair, I mean I'm taping them as sealed as I can. Yes, not actually.
Okay. All right, so it's going to take about 2 turns to get that whole job done.
Okay.
So it's going to put you past 7 a.m.
You're going to recognize some pulse rifle bullet holes, and you're going to give me a dirty look later.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, there's definitely been some human damage as well.
Sharp did it too. He missed with the first shot with his smart rifle, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, but he hit the same panel you wrecked.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
So right at the end, when you're kind of putting the last piece of duct tape on, Dave, and you're being super careful, and you put your foot down, and you hear that slight little low resonant, sound of dunk, as you're carefully doing it. And you're about to look up at Thulsa and sort of wipe your hands and be like, done, we're good. You hear an echoing thump, thump, thump from beyond the small door to the far end of the electric grid. Sounds like a few booted feet coming your way.
Okay, I'm going to retreat to the digestion spray room. I'm just going to destroy more panels the minute I fix them. And I'm going to get my smart rifle ready. And I'm going to go prone, so I'm a small target, right at the doorway. So my rifle is just peeking out. I'm going to wait there.
You going to tell me anything on comms?
When I see him doing that, I'm going to the Hubble. There might be something for you to shoot.
I love things to shoot.
Question, John. I understand functionally for the dungeon that the hole the acid built does not go anywhere, but does it provide cover like a trench would?
What would provide cover?
If I got into the hole the acid burned, would it function like a trench and give me cover?
No, the holes aren't that big. They're
okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, they're probably like about this around. So if you're in the digestion spray room, you're on the gangway near the open bulkhead door. How are you? You're prone on the ground, just in the doorway.
I'm prone on the ground, basically trying to use. I'm having ideally as little of my body is showing. So hopefully it's the rifle and just like my sights, basically, not my whole body in the doorway. Does that make sense?
You could do that standing though, just by standing to the left or right of the door.
Yeah, I could do that as well.
I just need to know like
Sure.
how much you're actually exposed, because what I'm picturing is that you're just like your whole body is laid out in front of the door.
No. I am on the ground. Like to visualize it. This is the door. Let's say I'm actually flush against the wall, parallel to the door, but I'm peeking out like this with my gun.
Okay.
So if
gotcha.
anything's showing, it would be the barrel of my rifle, maybe my right arm, and a part of my head.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean?
Got it. Okay.
And John, can I turn around in the duct, or do I need to back my way back to the digestion spray?
You would technically need to back your way, and but it's semantics. You can do it. It's no problem.
All right. Well, my point is, I'm heading back.
Yeah, you're heading back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And Thulsa?
Yeah, I'm going to at least take cover over on the side, and I want to get in as soon as Hubble gets out of the duct.
Mm-hmm.
I want to climb up in there.
That's hilarious, because I was actually going to just use that as a position of firing advantage and not get out.
Oh, fine. Okay, then great. That's just super. I will stay here and look like a beautiful target.
You can get on the other side of the door like I am, Thulsa.
Yeah. I'm going to take cover as best I can using the open the door.
Okay,
but,
cool. So as you radio Hubble, and Hubble starts to army crawl his way back, and David and Thulsa take cover on either side of the door, you see that the far door at the other end of the electric grid opens up. It doesn't slam open, but it just sort of opens up. And as you see, peering around the corner, you can see that there are 4 faceless security androids, submachine guns raised, like in obviously like tactical squad sort of formation. So like they're, like the gun, the barrels sort of poke through the door. They immediately go to all different angles to kind of cover the room, right? Very, very professional. No words again. They're all silent, right? And the first one in just sort of stops, puts like one hand up, and then he kind of gets like one of those like, and they kind of filter into the room.
Before they filter into the room, because we have an advantage with the bottleneck, I'd like to open fire at the first one in the doorway.
Okay.
Oh dear. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I don't think we're getting out of this otherwise. So I
Well,
want
you
to
can shut the bulkhead,
that
I
guy is
guess.
obstructing the other guys from shooting is the goal, if that makes sense. So there's one part.
Yeah. Consider closing the bulkhead door too. That's an option.
That could be an option.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm going to get ready to do that if it looks really bad.
All right. I'm waiting.
yeah,
I'm
David,
shooting.
I think you should roll some attack dice and damage dice. And alternatively, I'm just thinking outside the box here. I think you should hit.
I
and
think
do
that's
damage.
a really cool idea that I love. John, before
Now,
I roll, just to confirm, the combat suit gives me an additional strength bonus, but I don't know how much. It gives me +10 to combat. It has an AP1 and a DR of 3. What's the plus strength? Because I just said plus instead of, is it +10 to both? I can look it up actually. Sorry. You don't have to do it. Let me see.
I got it. It gives you advantage on strength checks.
Oh, advantage. That's what the plus
But you're not using strength, you're using combat. So
No,
combat,
I know, I just wanted to.
combat it gives you +10.
Okay. So, okay, cool. So, I'm going to roll combat, which is not good for me. My smart rifle does 4d10 damage, and I have 4 mags. I'm rolling. I have a combat of 44 with the suit. I get a 41.
Okay. Great. Damage?
Oh, right.
We win, I think. We just win now, John.
How this isn't a meme in the community yet, that David never does combat. So every time he does, he's like, what am I doing? Is there a damage roll? Okay, so 4d10 damage. Lord. Okay, let me grab a couple extra d10s. D10. All right. Oh, Lord.
What is this gun?
Smart rifle.
Smart rifle. Armor piercing, John.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. That is a 9, a 6, a 4, and a 9. So 18, 19, 21, 22, 28 damage.
28. Okay. And what kind of it's a gunfire, right?
I don't know what the type of ammo is.
Smart rifle does gunshot damage, 4d10 armor piercing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a d10.
Okay. That is a 7.
Yeah. I don't know. Does anyone know offhand? Like, don't look it up, but just like if you know, if like some enemies do have wounds, like wound points, which these guys do. But I don't know if they have to suffer the same chart as everybody else, because some of these things just don't make fucking sense.
Yeah, I have no
I
idea.
thought the rule said that most monsters didn't have wounds the same way. They just
I thought they just died. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, that's not the case. It depends on the thing. This specific monster has wounds, just like players, but I'm not sure if they have to suffer from the wound chart if they get a wound. Is my question.
I would assume so. I mean, they're a humanoid body with presumably some organs of some kind.
Yeah, but this chart is like way in favor of like humans with targets. Human brains, yeah. But whatever. Fuck it.
Well, you could roll on it if you don't like the roll.
Re-roll it. That makes sense to me. Just roll and see if it applies.
No, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to log that as another thing that irritates me about the game. Let's do that instead. I'll just sit there in resentment instead.
Come on.
Okay.
Wow, man.
All right, but you let loose on this guy, and he gets shredded, but he is still up because he's an android. So it's like, and his gun like goes, and
those things. All your work is now gone.
And he kind of falls back into his comrades, who professionally again, because they're mindless security androids, immediately are going to allow that guy to retreat, and move in professionally to take sights on whoever just harmed their companion.
Am I in firing range or not?
You are not.
Okay.
Thulsa is though.
Could Hubble? I'm not going to fire. I'm not going to shoot at these things. Come on. That's not my style. What I am going to do
at them.
I'm going to I am going to
you
science
should use
at them.
Your
actually,
PhD on them.
I am going to PhD their ass. Listen, Hubble, toss me down your hand welder, because I am in range for that.
If I'm not in firing range, I'm not in range to throw your hand welder.
Oh, toss it down. I'll run get it. Just toss it over to the
I'm
side.
Not at the opening to the duct is what I'm guessing, right, John?
Yes.
No, they're farther at the farther end of the thing.
No, I am not in a position to throw it to you.
Yeah,
I'm not there yet.
He's at the far end of the digestion spray room from you guys.
Oh, still back over there.
Yes.
Oh, what good is a Marine who's way down the thing with the stuff?
I would like to point out your gun.
I would like to point out, Thulsa, that nothing attacked us from the part I was guarding.
True. They were scared. They went the long way around.
They went the long way around. They were afraid of me.
Shoot, Thulsa, shoot.
Do something.
All right, you know what I want to shoot? I want to shoot fucking door. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slam that bulkhead door closed, because right now it's him who's not good at shooting and me who's terrible at shooting, and those guys who are really fucking great at it. And I'm going to slam that door, John, the bulkhead door, which is right there, and lock it. And ask Hubble to hurry, please.
Okay, you can do that. Slam, dink, dink, shunk. And then moments later, you like literally moments, there is you could hear booted feet, kind of running down the corridor. No gunfire.
Good.
They're not idiots, but they're running towards that door.
All right. Is now a good time for me to pop out of the duct and whip out the hand welder?
You guys all have like a simple action that you can do if you want.
All right, I will. If I can, I will run up to the door and use the hand welder to just start tack welding the edge so they can't open it.
Okay, that'll take some time, but yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, if Tulsa leans on the lock, I can. I saw it in Aliens, man. It's this cool old movie. You guys would love it.
Okay, David and Tulsa.
Marines are the heroes,
if anything.
I think I'm going to try to take advantage of the strength of this exosuit and its mag boots and mag boot up the wall. So
they're not spider climbing boots, right? So
no, I know. Is there anything though that I can get handholds on in this tunnel.
There are some pipes
So
in here. Yeah.
What I'm going to
Okay.
try to do is, mag boot left on you step, alternating and using hand grips. I'm going to try to climb as high as I can within a reasonable amount of time.
Okay. Sure.
All right,
Also,
and I'll use mine to.
I need you to make sure that the door doesn't come on last while I'm welding.
this is just like
Okay,
3 seconds of time, so you don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
No. It's fine. I can take one of my tools and lodge it into. I visualize like the spinny thing, like on submarines where you spin the door, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to use just one of my tools to kind of lock it in there as best I can because I'm not strong, but at least I can wedge something in there so that if they try to turn the thing, they can't.
Okay. So in that case, actually, it was a good idea. But that's definitely something that you're doing under duress, and time is of the essence, like big time for that. So Thulsa, make a speed check. You can modify it with jury rigging, and yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Speed is 41 and jury rigging is 10. So I'm trying to roll under a 51.
Okay.
And that is 0. 0, like 0.
0.
I rolled a 0.
Yeah, that's a critical success. It's the best roll you can get in the game.
Damn.
So
I majored in door closing.
For dramatic effect, because it was a critical success, you jam that in at the split second, like 1 split second later is when they just punch in the code to open up the door, which they obviously have the codes to, and so you could feel like the pressure of the door is about to open up, and then you're just like shink, and you're like, nope,
Nope, no.
So
between that and a few tack welds, we should be good.
Yes, so they bang on it a whole bunch. And again, they don't ever speak, so you can't hear. Well, it's a bulkhead anyway, so you wouldn't be able to hear anything. But there's just some banging going on. But they are security androids. They don't have that whole sense of like what do you call it? Like banging your head against a wall for no purpose, like humans do sometimes. They
don't eat, they don't sleep, they never give up. They absolutely will not rest.
Well, no, it's actually the opposite. They're basically programmed like, okay, this we cannot access this, so there is no point in continuing to hammer on this door.
Oh, I see.
So the hammering stops, and you can hear booted feet retreating.
All right, we should also retreat. As soon as I hear them moving away, I'm sprinting back to the duct in the digestion spray.
You don't want to wait like 40 minutes and look in there again?
No, because something's going to come up our ass on the other way.
Yeah, because they can go through the waste recycling and toxic sludge disposal and come up on us the back way.
No. I hear you. That's probably what
They're
they're doing.
welded in here.
Yeah. There's no way out now, so we got to get out.
All right.
So you should, whatever it is you're doing, you weirdo, along the ceiling, you should come over and get in the duct. And I don't know, what were you trying to do up there? Like drop on him or something?
Just cover. Right?
It's a form of cover and ambush, and if I could get high enough, I was going to basically mag both of my feet and like sit on my thighs and aim down like this from the wall.
Oh, I get it. Okay, you were creating a firing perch.
Yes.
Yeah,
a deer stand.
I like that. Yeah, a deer stand. Exactly. I like that. Okay. All right, I'm running away.
Yeah, we're all fleeing, so we'll retreat.
Go to the elevator.
The duct, I guess, right?
Okay, another turn.
Yep. And I think we should go to the elevator and go up to reception, as we agreed.
Arcady, yes.
Yeah.
Question before we do that. Normal doors, John, are like wooden doors, right? They're not metal doors.
Probably
That's
like
correct,
a polylaminate or something, right?
Yeah,
They're not really wood.
Right.
You couldn't weld it, is what I'm asking. I'm just curious if welding normal doors thing. It doesn't sound like it is. So cool.
You could. I don't see why not.
I suppose I could
Like fuck up the handle or
flag
something.
up a hinge or a handle, but it wouldn't stop anyone as long as welding a bulkhead would.
Yeah, no, it would be a delay. I'm just wondering, not necessarily, I mean, we could do it now on the room to the break room, right? But just in general, if we want to slow a pursuit and we have, enough time to weld, it might be a good method, because they have to have a certain energy to bust it open. Oh,
You can do it. It takes
All right.
time, and it appears that time was your enemy in that last encounter.
yeah. That's up
Yeah.
to you, Ted.
I think we should just run for the elevator.
I like it.
All right. So when you get back to the elevator landing, you still have the shredded body of Zebra is on the ground there.
Can we drag him into? Was Zebra a male or female? I don't remember.
Male.
It doesn't really matter at this point. If we just drag their body into the elevator with us, so we can, because then we don't. Well, do we want to? Because there was like bits left in the elevator, or we can do Zebra.
I mean,
I think
does it matter if Zebra is an android?
I didn't. It's good. Good date that we've got to take an elevator ride anyway.
Is it worth 10 minutes?
I think so. I mean, we're going to be in the elevator. Why not?
Yeah, I think we should do it in the elevator. I agree.
They don't have good music. We might as well do the other.
Yeah, the elevator is looking rough again because of the dripping blood that came out of the zebra's cocoon sac that used to be there. But you head into that elevator, drag Zebra in there as well. On your way up, you're going up to floor 2 now. Is that correct? Or floor 1, I should
say. Floor 1.
Yeah. I do want to spot one thing, John. I know that there was a vent that the hunter used in the ceiling of the elevator. Presumably it's still open. Mm-hmm. While we're ascending, I just want to be looking to see if I notice, I know it's a fast ascent probably, if I notice any characteristics within the shaft that are interesting.
No, your companions actually did that. They would have told you that last time.
Oh, yeah.
They did that exact same thing, actually, and spotted nothing. Right. Relatively out of the ordinary. There was steel wiring in the shaft. But your companions can also tell you that the elevator is functional, so you drag Zebra in there and you push the button to go up to floor 1. While you're on that journey, you use the CDS on Zebra's body. That one scans as human.
Okay, good to know.
Different readout.
Zebra was not one of the
Correct. She was a member of Romanov Company, which was like
those are the ones that through Thulsa's friends.
Independent mercenaries of some kind, right?
Well, they were ex troubleshooters. So they're highly trained, but they weren't wearing any troubleshooter gear because they were no longer troubleshooters.
Right. Yeah. But the troubleshooters are what's aboard the ship, right? Those
were the ones that were on the boarding craft.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you've got a human corpse in there with you. This may be your first actual, real, verified human is Zebra.
All right. I'll give him a little rubber stamp on the forehead.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do this. And you're going to hate me for it, but I'm going to do it anyways. Everyone make me a sanity check upon finding the readout of the CDS.
Okay.
Sanity save, I should say.
A sanity save. Oh, boy. All right, Matt.
Okay. My sanity target is 45. And I roll in 95. And I think stuff happens. Happens to you guys if I fail a sanity save.
Yes. So Thulsa, yours is going to go up to 14, and both Delphon's and David's are also going to go up by 1 when they see the scientist go white.
I gain a stress, you say?
Yeah. Everyone basically gains a stress because Thulsa failed. What did everyone else roll?
I have a target of 25. I rolled a 70.
Okay, so you're going to go up 1 more.
Okay. I think this is hilarious that the guy who's obviously insane has the highest insanity check. All right. So my sanity is a 27, and I have rolled a 76.
Okay. So
honestly, I don't know why I'm freaking out about this. I think it's much worse that there's all kinds of androids.
I'm going to explain why it's worse. You guys all fail your sanity saves, and seeing Thulsa not be able to kind of handle it makes it worse for you guys. Basically, what it's kind of subtle, but I think it translates to a stress point. Is that when you take in the fact that this is the very first time you've actually, since you've entered the deep, that anyone you've encountered, android or human, has been verified human, you suddenly come to the realization that it's really depressing and really terrifying that the corpse in front of you is the only verified human, and you are more certain about that corpse's humanity than your own.
Correct. Nice.
That's what gets you stressed.
I love it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, it tracks.
We all need a little dread once in a while.
And then once you kind of shake that off, ding, floor 1, and the doors open. We will take our first break, though, and see what happens when they're back up in reception. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Bladders empty, beers full. All right, so ding, you're on floor 1. It's been a minute since you've been up here. When you open up the door, you see that there is a gangway corridor in front of you. You know that it goes all the way down and it ends up on a set of concrete stairs that goes up. But before that, there is a corridor that branches off to the left, which goes back up to reception. Back to reception. And there's also a little corridor beyond that that goes to the cubicle camp. Now, when you exit the area, blessedly free of any webbing, however, you do see that you do hear commotion. You hear multiple voices, some in distress, panic, distress, but you don't see anybody around, but you could hear them coming from the corridor that leads back up to reception. Doesn't sound like violence. It just sounds like a lot of people, not a lot, but a few people that are shouting orders, trying to maintain order, that sort of thing.
All right, why don't I take point and weapon up? I will move down the hallway up to the corridor that goes to reception and listen a little more closely and maybe risk peeking around the corner to see what's going on.
Okay, so all right, so
I would, John, I'd want to just stay close enough to keep him in view because I don't trust he'll be the same guy when he comes back.
Right. So I don't want to rehash the details of every single corridor and room that you go through here. All right. So you know that there's a security checkpoint alpha, the whole thing, right? That before you get to reception. But in general, what you're facing.
Now, hold on. Maybe you should look at the map that I'm looking at, John, on that we mapped.
Well, it doesn't really matter. What your goal is to get to Arcady, right?
Yeah.
Is that your end goal is to get on the ship?
No, John, hold on. The way I have it mapped and the way I assumed you were describing it just now is that if I come out of the elevator, I'm on a corridor that there's a meeting room, there's another meeting room, there's the cafeteria and stuff. Is that correct? All off of this one long corridor.
Well, if we at least
or
the way
am I
that we
coming
have
out
it
of
mapped,
a different elevator?
A different elevator.
if we go to the right, the lift right
I'm
there.
sorry, I was at the wrong elevator, John. I'm with you now. Okay.
If you go
So
to the
if I
right,
come out
you
of
loop
there,
all the way around.
It doesn't.
If you
Okay.
go to
So
the
again,
left,
doesn't matter. Your goal is Arcady, right? You were trying to
my
get to the
goal
visitors
is to
dock.
find out who's talking and creating a commotion. That is my goal.
In general, the whole floor is there are in certain spots along on the floor there are divers and mostly divers that are attempting to get off the deep because of what just happened on the deep. All right, Arcady has been called in, has been radioed by one of those divers who knows what, and has docked on the visitor's dock, and he is in no mood to exit his spacecraft at all. So he's basically just radioing people. He comes on your frequency and says, hurry up, let's go, we got to go.
Okay.
And people are rushing in, and they're you can see in reception, there's a couple of I'm not also going to look up charts and determine what all these crazy people look like and give that to you. There's some divers, and they're not together. They've come from all parts of the deep, and they're all attempting to get aboard the shuttle. You can join them if you like.
Yes.
I would like.
Okay.
I will holster my weapon so that the security checkpoint doesn't wig out on me.
So you guys, as crazy as you guys look, you fit relatively well in, except for David, who is wearing a troubleshooter exosuit. All right.
Oh.
So if I myself just realized this, so before you enter into reception, where people are congregated and moving into the umbilical to get aboard the Acheron, you guys are well aware that that he's wearing the exosuit. So do you want to take any precautions before you come into contact with other divers?
It's up to David, I guess.
Gentlemen, two quick thoughts. The obvious safe route is to take it off and I guess sling it over my shoulder, or I don't know how I store it.
Also saying, take the stupid suit off. You look like an asshole. Come on, we've got to get on the boat and get out of here.
I think that's probably the better choice. Just to throw it out there. if I pretended to be I always call them cleanup, a troubleshooter. It might give us some authority if there's any competition on getting on the ship, if there's limited space.
Or everybody just opens up on you because the troubleshooters are known to just shoot first and ask questions
That
later.
is also very possible.
That's
So
right.
I was just throwing that out there. So why don't I take it off and I will stow it and walk in as David.
Why don't we put it in that storage room where we stuffed Tess's body and we can see if she's still in there?
We have to go through. Because they're in the dock. I don't want to ditch it somewhere. I want to take it with me.
If you want to take it with you, it'll be very obvious you're carrying an exosuit. It's like the same as carrying like a vac suit. Like there's no stowing it. It's like a huge bulky thing. Yeah.
We know there were a bunch of tarps in the diver campsite. I think we should go grab a bunch of grab a tarp or two, wrap the execute in a tarp. We can say it's a fallen comrade if we want to, and then take it with us.
Okay.
I don't want to leave it and have it. It's so valuable. Ditching it is. I don't want to do.
All right.
Okay. So
I'm willing to try that.
All right. Yeah. So you do that. It'll take a turn. Okay. When you go into the cubicle camp to go collect your tarps, the cubicle camp is looking even more in disarray than it was the first time you were in there with Helen. It looks like there was like a mass exodus done very, very quickly. So yeah, the campfire, by the way, has been stamped out, and it looks like it was done recently. And there's smoke in the room. Yeah,
John. As we take this little detour, I want to make sure we don't lose our seat on the bus. So I'm going to open comms to Arcady and say, Arcady, please don't leave without us. We have 3, and I have something that you're going to be very interested in seeing. Just please make sure you don't leave without us. We'll be there in just a moment.
Okay. Your voice crackles through, and like you're competing with a bunch of other divers as well, but you're not really sure if he heard you or not. But yeah, so you go through. When you join up with everybody else who's moving through the umbilical, Thulsa, you are deeply uncomfortable. You're pretty darn convinced.
All these people.
Yeah, that, man, like, this is like a perfect opportunity for an infiltrator like android or 3 to find their way aboard the Acheron and then aboard the Bell and then God knows where. And you're looking at them, your eyes are narrow, and you're looking over at David, who's got like the big rucksack on his back with the exosuit, and like you're carrying like a couple of the black marbles, you've got the artifacts, and just the whole thing, you're just like, this is just a recipe for disaster. But then, thankfully, your other insanity, your short-term memory loss, you forgot. I didn't think there was an issue.
Hey, John, when we get in there, can I do one thing? Can I survey to see if anyone is wearing the patch that Tess, the very first cheerleader encounter we had, was wearing?
No, not that you see.
Okay. All right.
So we'll say there's like maybe a half dozen divers that you're kind of joining, and everyone's kind of stressed. Harry's not really sure what's going on. They're asking each other questions like, do you know, like, what caused it? Has anyone heard anything from Monarch? Did anyone do anything to piss off Monarch? They're all like accusing each other and trying to find out like who fucked it up, right? And then they're bringing you into this conversation as well. Do you guys give any sort of story, or you just kind of play dumb?
I wonder, honestly, because I'm not sure. I wonder if Caius did something with that artifact that he was studying, and
that fucker. He's hogging up the Acklor all the time.
I hope he's okay. Is he on board? Has anybody seen him?
Jeez, anyone been to the Acklor in the recent past? No.
I mean, he loaned me his jacket here, but aside from that, I haven't seen him in a long time.
Wait. You've been down to the Acklor? You saw Caius?
I must have. Wait a minute.
Have you been into hell? Have you been to the human emulation labs?
Oh, hell no.
No. Wait. I saw him. I must have seen him. I have his coat. He was okay.
Like the one diver like nudges the other as like Thulsa is talking. They're like, like raising their eyebrows.
I'm behind Thulsa going,
yeah.
I'm yeah. Meanwhile, I'm slowly edging my way to the closest position to where that ship's going to land.
I think they gave like that sign, like maybe it's like more like holding your head sort of thing. It was like a sign that like they got the bends, man, sort of thing.
I'm thinking I will drop the rumor that well, let me ask you a question. Have we at any point seen like outside window ports anywhere we've been?
No. Good question. No. But no, yeah.
The only way I would be able to blame the troubleshooters would be if I could have seen it. I'd have to admit to being on the loading dock.
Well, we know the troubleshooters came, right? Surely they know as well. You could just say maybe it was the troubleshooters.
Yeah, that might be good. Yeah, I'll just say I think maybe it was the troubleshooters. I saw some around and they were raising havoc. Maybe they did something.
Fuckers. They're all like swear in unison. The what was I going to say? I was going to say something like an update on the status of things.
Oh, you have the bends.
Yep, John's got the bends.
I got the bends. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's what I was going to ask. What did you do with Zebra's body when you exited the elevator? Are you just leaving it in there?
Oh yeah.
I just leave it there.
He's done with it. I don't need it.
Okay. All right. So, actually, you never know. I'm going to write a little.
Does anybody recognize the big spinneret thing that Thulsa's carrying? They're looking at us.
Carrying this big thing.
Thulsa can stash that if she wants.
Yeah, I guess we went into the place with the tarps, so I could wrap it up. Sure.
Yeah, add a tarp to your inventory. You never know when you need a tarp.
Okay, so you make it through the umbilical with the rest of them, and you board the Acheron. Arcadie's like got like one arm behind his back, like looking back over his cockpit chair, like everyone. All right, strap in, let's go. We've already wasted too much time, man. And
if no one else takes the seat, I would like to take the co-pilot seat next to him.
Okay, sure. And you shoot off and you head towards the bell. The bell is relatively safe. Now, when you get that distance away,
yeah,
and you enter into the thruster thing, like even though it's always like a grand entrance sort of thing because of how magnificent this cast-off thruster is, your attention is more towards the back end of the Acheron as you look out at the deep, and you get a nice big picture of what everything sort of looks like now. And we don't have to go over it because I basically did it in detail before, but you can definitely see the thing is jacked up. Like it's definitely off axis. You've got that that swinging part, that unidentified sort of big part that's sort of that whipped around in
orbits.
Yeah. And it's just a shredded mass of junk and hanging cables and shredded sharp metal that's hanging from the bottom end of it. And way off in the distance, silhouetted against the light of Baphomet 3 is the fleet of troop ships. One of which is the Zhuangzi, although you can't tell from this distance which one is which. But there's three of them.
It'd be the one with the big hole in it from the laser, I would think.
Well, it doesn't have a hole. It basically destroyed its shields, right? So, but
okay.
But yeah,
John, are we able to see on the deep where that piece came off of? Like, I know there's that piece, kind of like you said, it's kind of like, I guess it's staying still and the deep is spinning around.
Yeah. Yeah, right? So I described it at the time. It's actually important. Yeah, so it was always there, right? It was just rotating with everything else. But the part that actually attaches it to the rest of the deep, something got jacked up there, and I told you that there's actually like sparking going off into space. That's still kind of happening, and that appears to be attached to part of the big bulky middle section of the deep, which is the factory, which you have yet to set foot on. That's floor 3, and it's the biggest part of the deep.
Okay.
And
two things.
Yeah, it's attached to part of that, and you would think if it was in the atmosphere, it would probably be squealing horrendously as the friction of the metal, But all you can see is sparking going off into space.
Okay. Two thoughts. One, John, with our knowledge of like how artificial gravity works in this world, would it be possible that the lack of rotation would kill the gravity in that section? Or is that too beyond our comprehension?
So the whole deep is actually still rotating?
Yeah, except that section.
Except
yeah.
that section. Are you asking about that section?
That section.
Oh, okay. Possibly. You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second
Now,
question.
I will say,
and then Ted can
hold
go.
on. Well, David, to your point, unless I've misunderstood the floor plan that we're looking at, the rotation of the deep and its gravity are unrelated.
Okay, that's good.
I think it's artificial gravity.
Cool. Second question, because we have a bird's eye of it. Do we get any sense that after taking that damage, the orbital pattern is affected on the deep? Like, do we see any sort of drift? That'd be hard to tell, I guess.
It'd be really hard
I'm
to
just
tell.
wondering if this is going to make it fall into the planet or not.
It's a very good question, but
Let's ask Arcady. Maybe he knows.
Arcady,
He's got instrumentation. He might be able to say something.
yeah, he's not an expert. He doesn't really know, but he basically tells you like, hey man, listen man, I've been thinking the same thing, and I'm really fucking worried, man. I mean, look at that thing, man. It's not right, but I don't know. It might take some time to determine whether or not there's any sort of orbital degradation. I don't know, man.
Did you see what happened?
Fuck yeah, I saw what happened, man.
What was it?
It was a missile or something, came straight from the Zhuangzi. It was following, it seemed like one of those boarding skiffs that was, I don't know, went AWOL or something. Boy,
Some total lunatic flying a boarding skiff tried to take on a battleship?
it sure seemed like it.
Man, I guess
What a moron.
I guess those troubleshooters aren't getting paid enough, eh, Arcady? Me neither.
That's right.
Well, I don't know what they were thinking, man, because now they've made an enemy in Monarch as if that was, I mean, it's already a problem. But shit, man, that's the last thing you want to be pissing off.
No, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do the job, do the fucking job, man. Don't half-ass it, right? I mean, what am I saying? God, if the deep blows up, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
Yeah. I guess we're all going to have to go back to whoring ourselves on Rigel 7.
How do you know about my past?
Well, you know.
Stop looking at my
Facebook
files.
is still a thing in this century. All right. Well, I'll, continue to ply him with questions and chat him up as we fly back to the docking at the Bell, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thulsa, the entire time you're flying back, you're just looking at that patch on Arcady's chest that says verified human, and you're just like slowly shaking your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it for a second.
Hey, Thulsa, if you kill him, you can scan him.
Hey, that's true. I'll keep it in mind. It's on my to-do list.
You also know. Go ahead.
I'm still a little puzzled. Like, what is the point? I mean, really, what is the point of a machine that identifies an android after it's dead?
To fuck with us, Ted.
Who builds such a thing? What lunatic makes such a device?
Shoot first, ask questions later. It
is actually an answer to that. The cybernetic diagnostic scanner is not meant for that. It's a side benefit that they discovered could identify infiltrator androids as compared to humans, which are completely, in every other way, shape, or form, identical to humans. Right?
Oh, so if we use this thing on David, it would work normally.
Yeah, it would totally work normally. Well, it doesn't say David's an android. What it does is it scans him diagnostically and just says like he's got this problem and this problem and this problem, right?
Right.
I mean, I could tell you that,
and only on androids, and only on androids,
on regular androids.
Yeah. So what I would think is the side benefit of identifying infiltrator androids is that instead of giving the readout that it is that the thing is human, that the corpse is human, it would probably just give you a negative. It would just say like cannot be scanned, and which is your verification that it's a human corpse, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, John. I thought it was a totally different device from what we were expecting.
No. Yeah. It's like an added benefit of that device on the deep.
Okay.
All right. So you fly back to the Bell. After observing the damage to the deep, and the Bell is pretty much the same. A little bit more crowded than normal, as we've got all these newcomers. A lot of the divers, everyone's sort of asking each other, like, have you seen this person? Have you seen this person? And meeting up with other people who are already on the Bell, giving hugs, just kind of connecting and try to get news and gossip about what just happened. And there's all sorts of theories going on. Arcady and the very few inhabitants on the Bell. So Ghost Eater and Noriko and maybe your Lucky Takahashi, like the captain of the Dagwood. Anyone who was aboard the Bell saw what happened with the missile. Right. They saw the big space battle. They don't understand what the causes of all that was, like why there was a kerfuffle. Meanwhile, all the divers who were on the Bell are trying to suss out that information from the people on the Bell, because they were aboard the Deep when it happened, and they all have these differing stories of like where they were when they felt like the impact, and they were just trying to get caught up with the news. So that's sort of the environment that's happening right now in the hangar bay with the Acheron, as everyone, getting off, and everyone's there. So if you want to talk to Noriko or Ghost Eater or whatever, you can do that.
Talk to Ghost Eater immediately.
Okay.
Which is to say, Ghost Eater. Oh, go ahead, Matt.
I was just say, you go ahead. I'm going to go tuck in that kid while you do that.
Great idea.
And have a lovely chat.
See if they know what happened on board the ship.
I'll ask her.
Ask, yeah. I want to go to Ghost Eater right away. Be like, Ghost Eater, man, thanks for the ride out to the Ackler. That was a real trip. I got something still in the Ackler.
You put something.
I didn't want to say anything to Arcady because you said he didn't know how to get there, and that was kind of your thing. So I didn't want to say anything. But I've got something in there. It's been identified. I'd love to pick it up. Can you help a brother out?
I appreciate that. In fact, I'm frankly surprised that you guys made it out of that disaster. I was chalked you guys up for mincemeat. Thought I'd see you floating past that portal over there.
Yeah, I thought so too, because I didn't see what happened, but we were on the outside when it did. Like we heard it, we felt it. We were like, "Oh, this is very bad." Got inside, got out of there. But I'd like to. Do you think we can get back? Do you think, like, I don't know, that everything looks like it's off kilter? Can we fly back like we did, or is that crazy talk?
Well, from what I've been able to observe, it looks like the access point to the Ackler is still there. Looks like there was. I didn't witness anything, but it looks like there may have been some sort of something happened there at that door. You know anything about that?
There were some androids on the surface. I think that the troubleshooters stirred them up. And
well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we as you know, we got a spacewalk over there, so. Frankly, I'm a little bit cautious. We got to make sure that there's nothing around that would impede our progress to get to the Ackler. I mean, if you can confirm that, then I can take you like I did before. I'm just worried that with Monarch's heightened awareness, security androids, all these divers are telling me that security androids are running rampant.
They're everywhere.
God knows if the troubleshooters actually exited back out or not, or if they're still running around. But if space is clear, I can take you out there.
Okay. Cool. Just out of curiosity, is there a reason Arcady doesn't know where that door is? Like, you just keeping it to yourself, man?
We're going to tell as few people as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, just like before, trip ain't free, right? What do you got for me?
I'll have to work on that. I didn't want to go right this minute anyway.
All right.
But I'll come back to you.
You
let me know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
How about that? How about that artifact you're about to pick up?
Man, I think that it probably won't be up to paying for the trip, but I'll figure something out.
All right, you get back to me whenever you're ready.
Okay. I just wanted to, you just keep an eye on the telemetry and let me know when is a good time, and we'll figure something out.
Got it.
I don't suppose Fundo Snacks is going to cover it.
he actually laughs and no, I'm afraid not.
Yeah, okay. You got to try these things. Okay.
My digestion track's all metal now by now.
Yeah. All right. Well, if I see any good motor oil, I'll let you know. But all right, thanks, man. We'll be back at you. All right. So, Matt, the story is that Ghost Eater thinks he can still get us to the Ackler through a spacewalk. There's a risk of if there's debris or androids still on the surface, could be a problem. But he will want to be paid for the ride.
Okay.
Or the guide, I should say. I'm willing to go by myself and come back just to watch you freak out that I'm not the same person I was before. Or we can all go. But he will want to be paid. I'm not sure what we would pay him with. That actual artifact is way too much to give him.
I have a suggestion there. Okay.
Okay.
So one of the things that I was referencing when I was kind of telling Arcadia that he'd be interested is one of the things that we harvested off of the hunter was
The logic
his logic core.
Yeah. Which Arcadia said he'd pay us what, like 10,000 or something for it?
Yes, he definitely will pay. Can't remember what I said for that. It's here somewhere.
I think I meant 100,000.
Millions, John.
22 billion.
It wasn't crazy, but it was a decent amount. I can't remember.
He said 1,000 each. I found the notes. He wants logic cores and would pay 1,000 each.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's primo though. This one's a top shelf one. Maybe we get 2,000.
Is a logic core something that we can extract data from?
Say that
Out of who?
Is a logic core something we can extract data from, like memory files and stuff like that?
With expertise, you could.
Okay. So with the right equipment,
would be expertise in AI or robotics? What would you call it?
Robotics would do it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could offer my assistance in. Actually, we could.
You need equipment too, but yeah, robotics would be this.
My thought process is just I'm very happy to give it over, but we could also get mine what information we need out of it before giving it away on our own.
That's.
What's it going to tell you? It's going to be like a logic core full of 1,000 recipes for sliced human. You
never know. I mean, you don't know the original. I don't know.
There might be something interesting. Sure.
I don't want to put a burden on John to make stuff up. But if all of some of these sophisticated robots have logic cores, there's a possibility that either in their current form or in their pre-mutated form, there was information that was valuable. One other thing I just want to throw out there, not to derail us from that as a payment, is I just looked on the equipment sheet and I don't see it anywhere, but something I would love to try to do, but maybe outside of the scope of gear, and could also maybe be an incentive for Ghost Eater, is it'd be really cool if we could set up some sort of remote camera system using like plant a camera somewhere and monitor it. At which point, if we could find a camera of that nature and purchase it probably for a decent amount of money, right?
In the Acheron? You mean have a camera in the Acheron?
I would put one at the Acheron, either in the room or the door, and I would put one in the loading bay where the ship crash is, just so we can have sort of an idea of activity in there. I suspect, again, just to like be realistic about it, that would involve both purchasing of the camera and some sort of computer that could interact with it. Now, if that's outside of the scope of possibility, that's fine. I don't think it's on the equipment list, so that might be for like next session to determine. But if it's something we could do, we could say, hey, Ghost Eater, what's safer a method of knowing when you can jump over there than to know what's there when you arrive, right? That's a really valuable information source for him to tap into. Just a thought. I don't know. But tossing out there.
That is some value. Because the other thing that now that we've made it back to the bell that we can discuss is the cost of trying to heal up.
Yeah.
Right. So, and last time we still have of the little marbles, right? Which is one kind of one artifact
or something, right?
Divided. I have six matte black marbles left.
6.
I think we started with 8 or 9. I can't remember.
9 maybe.
So we could, right? Last time we traded one of those marbles for health and recuperation.
Right.
So what we're looking for is, maybe, I like your idea, David, maybe Ghost Eater would go for, the trade of us installing cameras and letting him have access to that. And if not that, if he disagrees to that, then we could just barter this logic core either to him or through Arcadia or whatever, but in a sense, logic core for the spacewalk back and forth.
The other thing that Ghost Eater in particular might be interested in is the spinneret unit.
I don't want to give that up. No way, man. That's too good. Because I have plans for that. I want to install that onto Leica, right? And then we get
the
to use
it. Thing is like this big, right? And Leica's like this big.
No, like it's not this big. It's like his dog sized, and we can attach that to her. This is my my dream, is to attach the spinneret and the little finger things to Leica.
You're
so
carrying a dog-sized robot around everywhere?
Yeah, that was the thing. It takes my whole. Oh, you're right. That is a small dog. It's a whippet.
it's a dog that fits into a pocket dimension. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
it's got the really cute little voice.
I thought Leica
right,
was
John?
like the size of a Walkman or something. Like it's just a little guy.
Okay, so what do you want to do in here?
We want
John,
to get
does
healed.
the camera thing seem feasible, or is that outside of the scope of equipment we could find?
No, you could buy a camera. There isn't one in the book, you said?
I thought there was, but I thought
It's no big deal. We'll find something that's something that's
remote.
equivalent.
I think that the closest I found was the personnel tracker, because you can track the location of someone that it's on.
How much is that?
I mean, there are body
200
cams.
credits.
Yeah, body
There are
cam.
body cams. That's true. Oh,
Body cam is 50 credits.
Well, you're not going to get it that cheap.
What if we just pitching, because I think that's fair, John. What if we do some combination of the cost of the body cam and a portable computer terminal, which is 1.5 thousand credits.
Remember, everything's like 100 times the cost.
No,
I'm not going to be that
like
mean.
15 grand or something like that.
I'm going to say 200 credits.
100 credits.
For
Okay.
camera. And
Well,
it's a
I've got-
really
I've got
nice
that.
camera,
Yeah.
all that sort of.
So I'd like to buy two of those guys, if that's okay.
Oh wait, no, I can't be that nice because everything's more expensive here on the Bell, right?
Right. So it'd be 2,000 each.
Yeah, it'd be 2,000 each. Sorry.
I think it's worth the $4,000 to know what's happening in those two areas, because they're really vital locations to a lot of our operations. And we got all these beads that we're going to spend as currency anyway instead of using. So I think with 6 left, one of them gets us 2 cameras and an additional $6,000 for other expenses, and then we can spend another for whatever we need in terms of healing. It's a thought.
So the med pod, which I'm saying that there's one here, can only be used once at a time. It takes 7 days to fully heal a wound from a single person. I've only got one, which is Thulsa. However, it costs 60,000 credits per use. That also, and it is actually coincidental, that is the exact amount of value that you have left in your bead artifacts. You have 6 beads left, right? And each one of those is worth 10,000 credits. So if you got rid of all of your beads, you could go into the med pod.
It's a shame. We're really going to miss you, Thulsa.
You know what?
I'll just keep giving Thulsa 10 packs.
She is not even going to view the value of that, because she has so few hit points anyway. It makes no difference. It's very, the difference of getting shot once and shot twice. I mean, once is going to do it pretty much no matter what. Okay. If there's something that's going to shoot her one time, it's probably going to shoot her twice.
That's some first level wizard logic right there.
We're a couple minutes late. We're a couple of minutes late for our last break. But I just want to know before we hit the break, do you plan to spend shore leave? Like, is there going to be a significant gap of time? Like, you're going to let things simmer down, maybe do some shore leave, maybe heal up with the med pod, or are you looking to just do some quick shopping and then head back to the deep?
I think we should look at shore leave, but only after we've decided how much and how to pay Ghost Eater to go get the thing out of the Acheron. Like, go back on a spacewalk, come right back, then do shore leave. To
piggyback on that idea, very briefly, I think we buy the 2 cameras. We do the thing you want to do. We implant the cameras in the 2 locations we want. Now, there's a distance between the 2, mind you. Or we at least put one down, but he could, whatever. Like, that lets us then on shore leave have a monitor of the Acheron and or the loading bay, which is good information to have over a long span of time. Because it'll show us movement patterns and stuff.
Absolutely. Another thing is I want to sacrifice one of the marbles to go with you to put into the Acheron, so that we'll, at least with the ones, the couple that we have left, right, we'll know what they are.
Sure. Don't forget, I also have the floppy disk artifact as well, just in case.
Oh, that's right.
You sure do.
But we can
And
only
I
find out
really
what
like
they
a floppy
are.
disk.
We
I
can,
ain't
we
selling
can
that.
only find out what they are from the Act lore. We can't get that data without going back into the deep.
I know, but we're going to go back in sometime.
Step by
Anyway, it's time.
Yeah.
Time for a break.
Let's do the break.
Okay.
And we'll hammer
Okay.
it out when we get back. We'll be right
Okay.
back. Okay, bladder's empty, beer's full. All right, so you're both Bell.
All right.
And
Let's
So what do you want to do?
let's sell a bead,
Yes.
buy the cameras,
Yep.
and then pitch a cash deal to Ghost Eater. Say, look, man, we got some
$6,000.
cameras.
Yeah.
Well, don't offer him the $6,000. Let's see if we can get it for less. Let's start with the cameras. Like, hey, man, how about this for a deal? We'll put over some we'll go over all together. We put cameras in and give you access to the cameras, so you always know who's at the loading dock and who's at the Acheron entrance. How would that be?
For what? What are you offering? Just one marble?
No. We sell the marble to Arcadia or whoever buys marbles or whatever, right?
The
buy
artifact
the
marble,
camera.
right? The artifact marbles?
Yeah.
You're selling one of those for 2 cameras, right? Okay.
No.
Is that? Yeah.
Sorry. If we decide we wanted to sell a marble and get cash, who would buy it?
Arcadia.
Okay, so we sell it to Arcadia. We get 6,000 credits, right?
Yes.
For the marbles. Yeah.
Then we go over to the store and we buy 2 cameras.
10,000 credits, but yeah.
It's
10,000.
10,000.
Okay, 10,000 credits. We go over, we spend 4,000 of that on 2 cameras. Then I go over to Ghost Eater and I say, look, man, I got 2 remote cameras. I'll give you the access codes. If you take us over to the Acheron, we'll put them in so you'll always know what's at the Acheron and you'll always know what's at the loading dock. How does that sound?
That's a good deal. He likes that idea.
Okay. He likes that idea. Great. That means we still have $6,000 and he gets 2 cameras. So we just have to make a jump if and when he says it's safe and a good time to do so.
Yeah.
And we can do shore leave until he says that. Or if he's like, no time like the present, let's just go.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry
Let's
about
go
like
now.
the actual rotational time it takes, so
Okay.
like when you're ready to go with Ghost Eater, he's ready to take you.
I think we should go just for cleanliness. One last thing. Is there anything else we want to buy before this trip?
Well, I need. I don't want to let you guys out of my sight, so
Yeah.
I'm going to come too. Why not? Hell yeah!
Okay. Yeah,
But I
yeah.
need the spacesuit. Short
There's a
term
bunch-
memory is one thing, but long term memory.
I have a spare vac suit.
There's some sitting around here, aren't there?
We should have some on our ship that we came in on, right?
It's not an inexhaustible supply. I'm going to say like I'll give it to you, but that'll be the last available one that you can have without buying one.
Okay.
Okay. The thing that I was interested in buying, let's see if I just can't remember now, was so like we probably can't buy them, but there's a thing called the AutoMed, which is like a nanotech pill that gives you advantage on body saves and stuff like that. Is that something that's here?
Yeah, it's at 10 times cost though. But yeah,
So it'd be
Right.
like 15,000.
Right, but that's for 5.
right.
You might be able to buy one of those, just one pill, Matt, and try and get some healing done that way.
As well as attempts to heal from rest. Advantage on. I think I can get advantage on saves anyway by. Does that? No, that's stress, right?
That's for stress reduction.
It's not going to be good for healing your wound, which is the
It's not.
main issue.
Okay, never mind then. No, I think we should just do the job then.
Cool. One thing that is also not on the books, but I want to pitch. I would like to get on, I don't know what the internet's called here, the dark web, I guess, and see if I can find a manual of ship repair or like some sort of diagnostic manual that would help me if in the far future we use drones to repair that ship, do so with some sort of advantage. Is that something that exists or is that just not
No,
possible?
there's like as you know, like because of the cassette tech sort of era, there's no online
Okay.
really. It would
That's
literally
true.
be
That's
like spiral bound manuals.
That's
that sort
a
of
good
thing.
point.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not for that.
Super
Last
awesome. I love it.
thing, grenades. Does he have grenades?
I think I
frag.
said no for that. I think that actually may actually be in the published module. That's a hard no.
Okay,
Yeah.
then never mind. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
then
no,
let's
no
just do it.
grenades. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's vac suit up get our gear, get the cameras, and float over back to the bell.
Done.
Sorry, back to the deep, rather.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, whatever.
And we bring our mag boots, because when we get to the Acheron, we have to walk to the loading dock to put in the second camera.
So, David, for you, so at this point, if you're going to come with them, which I assume you are, you have to leave the exosuit here, right? You could store it on the dashboard if you want to. It'll be pretty safe there.
Here's what I was going to suggest: is wait till we're like ready for it in private with Ghost Eater, and this is tough. I think I should wear it and tell him I got it from a corpse.
It's not actually a vac suit, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Is you can't wear it.
Not a vac suit.
Yeah, you can't.
Right.
Yeah, you can't wear it in space.
Just leave it on the dashboard. Leave it on our ship. It'll be fine.
I want my exosuit so bad. Can I tether the exosuit to the back of my vac suit with the tarp and the paracord?
I mean, it's weightless,
right? I just like it's like a rucksack, like you said, but reinforce it with paracord so it's not holding it. You know?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you guys are going to spacewalk back. So we can cut to the chase whenever. So you do that. Exiting out, grand, the whole 9 yards. I'm not going to rehash it, but it's pretty cool visually. You do note the one. It's actually surprisingly the same as the last spacewalk, as in there is no more combatants out in space. Everything is everyone is basically retreated. The only difference, of course, is the fact that the deep is jacked up. So you slowly make your way. Oh, and there's like a lot of bodies floating around in space.
All right.
So the OR cloud is definitely a thing.
So, John, I need to volunteer a fear save, because my memory's fucked up. I don't know exactly what's going on. There are dead bodies floating around anywhere. Space is, it's scary. It's overwhelming. All of this.
I love it. Yeah.
I would argue, though, that hopefully I can have a little space away from David.
A little what? Space.
Not right next to David when this happens.
If I'm right next to David, then he's going to do it at disadvantage.
That's fine.
It's already bad enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do a fear save. I'm at 19.
What a player we got here. What a player.
There's no way. There's no way that I wouldn't be scared out of my mind doing this.
Yeah. No, I love it.
If he says something about all the bodies, I'll tell him that I did it.
Then you have disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, you know what? I rolled a 3. That is how you do it.
That's right.
That is how you face your fears. Bravery is when you're scared, but you fucking do it anyway.
I think if he failed, we should have had to roll them too, by the way.
All right, cool. So yeah, you manage. It unnerves you, but you
right.
The only thing that you register from Thulsa is that her breath quickens a little bit in the comms. But you make your way through,
David.
and you get to the Acheron. So the opening for humans is a little jacked up, right? But you've already accessed it from
Yeah, we know how to
do
work through it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I want to go in. Maybe you two can set the camera, and I'll go and retrieve the artifact.
I'm down to that. Do we want to put the camera at the entrance or in the room proper? Entrance in like the entrance hallway or something like that.
I feel like
because Mother can watch the other cameras.
The entrance. The way we would do it at work is you do it right inside the entrance, but pointing into the room. Right.
Precisely.
So you can see anyone who comes in.
Somebody comes in. Yeah.
And you can see some of what they do.
Yeah.
Right. If you put it outside pointing in, you only know that they came in. You don't have any sense of what they do. So you put it inside looking in.
I agree. And it also avoids Mother's cameras seeing us place it because it's sitting right in that, like right on the other side of the threshold. I'll put it in the darkest corner above the damaged door as I can point it in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. In fact, David, if you will keep your gun pointed at stuff that will come out, let me do it. It will help me focus if I'm working on something.
If you break that fucking camera, I swear to God, I'm facing you right now.
I've got jury rigging. I got mechanical repair, and I'm not operating real fast.
I mean, if you do it intentionally because you're crazy.
What are you talking about? I don't remember anything like that.
Yeah.
All right. I've made a note that the camera is installed. Where's the other one going?
We wanted the
dock.
loading bay, so we have to go over there.
Okay, cool. So when you enter the Acheron to install your camera, was there anything going on? No.
Unless someone else has come along and put another artifact in, it should all be still in here.
Right. Yeah. Well, right. So everything is still, but the artifact, the computational device thing, the IO thing, is sitting on its.
Should be in its cubicle, locked up, right?
Actually, it would have been returned. Yeah, it would have been returned by the machinery to its.
And we asked for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's probably I would say there's probably some. Not because those are more like the cubicles, like things that are yet to be determined. So there's probably a separate area where where artifacts that have been identified are set, right? So it's in that, right?
Okay.
It's got one of those little orange keys with the little wrist
yeah, exactly.
coils.
Yeah.
I will retrieve it, secure it in my suit pocket. If I see the scraps of the painting that Thulsa jacked up, I'll just grab that too.
Unfortunately,
I kicked that over. That fell down.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Okay, fine.
So it does take some time, so don't mind me.
Just grab it and I go back to the entrance.
What did I say for the length of time for the spacewalk? I said an hour.
2 hours, I thought.
2 hours?
Oh, 1 or 2. Yeah, it wasn't all day or anything.
We'll call it 2. Yeah.
I do think it's very much worth it to. We have 5 marbles now. I want to leave 1 here to be analyzed, and we have to decide if we want to leave the disc here as well.
Yep.
So I'll hand you one of the marbles to put into the analyze this.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's what the hell? Let's analyze a marble, and why not analyze the disc?
I'm down. That's fine.
Okay, so I'll put them in the queue, John.
Okay, so marble first, then disc. Okay.
Yeah.
So it as you exit back, I assume you're not doing anything else in the Acheron. So as you exit back out, you can see everything start to whir into motion again, and it's a whole different set of devices this time because it's like a tiny little marble, right? So it just kind of a pincer kind of comes down and takes it and brings it to the center of the room.
The big comically white padded Mickey Mouse hands come out, and they kind of
yeah, totally. But yeah, all the machinery starts to hum back into motion again.
Right. Okay.
And you snap your visors down, comms on, and you drift back out into space.
Yes. Well, we mag walk. Clunk, 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 clunk.
Right. I forgot about Ghost Eater. Did you want Ghost Eater to come in with you, or did you want to send him back?
He's got to get us home again.
Well, no, because we're going to the loading bay, at which point we can get picked up by Arcady. So he can do whatever he wants, but
he can lead you safely back from the loading bay as well if you want.
Let's keep with him and just go with him. We've already paid, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I assumed it was a round trip guided tour with Ghost Eater.
Okay.
Again, overly honest, maybe. Do we need to make a Ben's check coming back into the?
I'm not. Well, let's save it for the loading bay. We'll just roll it all into a loading bay loading bay check.
Okay.
Yeah. But thank you for reminding me. Yes. So we'll say. Anyone remember how long it took to get from the Acheron to the loading bay? We'll call that one an hour.
It was a long walk.
It was a walk.
It was a while.
So we'll call that an hour. So right now we're sitting at about 10 a.m. We'll just call it that. Okay.
If we pass any android bodies or their weaponry, I want to grab a spare SMG.
And you know what? I also want to. Those are money. Yeah, those are money. We want the cores, and they don't weigh anything. So I'm going to.
That's a completely random thing because there's a path that Ghost Eater wants to take. He's planning vectors in order to get you there safely. So it's literally if a security android crosses your path. So we'll make it random. Ted, you can make the call about who wants to make the roll. But we'll call it a 25% chance.
That we will encounter one android, dead android
body.
Yeah.
25% chance. Well, I'll just you roll it, Matt. You wanted to collect the body. I just wanted a gun.
Okay. Well, that's an 85 on the dice.
Okay.
No, that wasn't Matt wasn't supposed to roll it. I was supposed to be me. That was
Is
gonna roll
that
it.
right? Yeah. Yeah. So you see bodies, but unfortunately, none of them cross your path. Tell me if you want to go off vector. Ghost Eater will be very unhappy with you, but
Not out here. Maybe we look around for bodies in the loading dock.
okay. All right. So after an hour, you get down to the loading dock, looking wistfully at the bodies and the money that they could bring, and you bring yourself into the loading dock where you there's more bodies. Even more disturbing, the container ships are still being pounded upon by what you know what they're being pounded, what's happening there. And in addition, you step foot back into the deep proper, and the bends take over yet again. Bends checks, please.
All right, Matt.
Actually, don't roll. Let me check this. Sometimes I'm confused whether or not you gain bends or if you have to make a bends check. Hold on.
I think we're supposed to actually gain bends when we
You
come
do.
back
You
in.
gain bends. So roll me a d10, everyone.
Matt.
All right. Oh, that's an 8.
8. Dulce has crossed the 40 threshold. You're at 43. Okay.
And I got a 9.
Oh, shit. All right, you're at 26.
All right.
And Delphi.
So-
Come on, Ted.
I'm starting
Join
from
us.
a 1 and I roll a 4. So now I'm at a bends
Oh,
of 5.
you're still good.
Oh,
You're still fine.
I mean, my chances of having a problem have just significantly increased, but it's still pretty low. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Let me go get my violin, Ted.
So we have a
Yeah.
couple of containers that are being pounded upon by cooped up androids, suffering a horrible fate. You have a pretty smashed up boarding skiff, the Joko class Steve, and David's already having fond memories of his adventures in there. Like, oh, my baby.
Collarbone's still kind of aching a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, you got that delicious looking cargo elevator, big, unexplored, sitting there.
That's for later.
But I do want
want
everyone to please make me a sanity check. I'm going to allow everyone to make it with advantage because you've encountered it before. But I just think every time you kind of witness those containers, that it just kind of fucks you up a little bit
All right, Matt.
Okay.
with advantage.
All right. First roll's a 96, so advantage is good because that's a 34 under 45.
Nice. Okay.
Hey,
Right.
Matt does not go further insane.
My target was 25. My first roll was 43. My second was 13.
Ooh.
Yay.
All right. Advantage is working out.
Advantage.
All right. My target is 27. And, good thing I'm rolling with advantage, so I don't have to take the 99.
Whoa.
I will take the 37 instead. So I'm afraid I gain a stress point.
Okay. But just a straight up instead of a critical.
Yeah. So I'm at 15 stress now, which is,
Ooh. I get to change your color. You're in the red.
I'm starting to get a little edgy, man. I think I need to go and shoot some things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Shot fire and anger.
All right. Ted's in the red. All right.
Ted's in the red.
Okay. So, where are you putting the camera here?
So I'm going to put it in. I'll use my back boots or I'll crawl with space crawl on a wall and etc.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put it in the most elevated position I can in the quote unquote bottom left, aka on the loading bay side in a corner. So it's shooting sort of as much as we can an aerial 3/4 into the room to get the broadest sort of like viewpoint. Does that make sense? And because I want it to be as far from like being able to be spotted as possible, right? I want it to really be
high up, but more closer to the actual exit to space. So it's focused more on the interior of the dock rather
focused on the interior from the loading bay side at the utmost corner that I can put it in. Yeah.
Understood.
Same strategy as before. Yeah.
Now I think, hold on, where is the loading dock?
Or I guess Thulsa can do it if that's better, but yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, so it's a mega size, industrial size room. Right. Okay, yeah, so yeah, so with 0G and your mag boots, you can get up all the way up to the top, right? Not a big deal. Just takes some time.
Cool.
I'm going to say the installation, just because it's an industrial scale room, I'm going to give it 2 turns.
Okay.
So
What do you want to do on that?
Well, while he's doing that, with or without Matt's help, if there's a spare SMG lying around, I will snack it up.
There might be still some in the ship itself, right?
There were
The
lots of
crashed
weapons
ship,
in
I
the
think.
ship. I only got the smart guns and the pulse rifles.
I'll say
No.
that you could find an SMG, and I'll give you 2 mags as well.
That's perfect. My plan here, guys, is to just stash it back at the bell for the next character who, for some reason, starts without a weapon.
All right,
Sure.
We'll have an SMG and some mags.
Hubble. When you approach the damaged Steve, you're like, I got to find myself a gun here. You're approaching from the side opening that David accessed from, right? And as you sort of crawl aboard, because you kind of spot like a submachine gun, the cockpit door was already a little bit ajar. It actually, as you clamber up in, and you're not like unaware, like you're aware that there's possible danger and all that kind of stuff. So you're not like caught with your pants down or anything like that. But you immediately spot that the cockpit door opens as you kind of step in, and you see if they had a face, they would be surprised. But they just instead take a step back, and you see that there are 2 security androids carrying submachine guns, but they're not at the ready. They're in their hands, right? But it looks like they were sort of like investigating the cockpit, and then they look surprised when they kind of come back out of the cockpit and they see you, and they whip up their guns.
I waste them.
Okay, so they're obviously going to unload on you immediately, but initiative always goes to the players, so I'm telegraphing what's about to happen, which is they're going to shred you into pieces.
Yeah. So I wish I'd gotten an SMG somewhere else, so I didn't have to come in here and find something. So anyway, I open the door. I see them. What I want to do is just spray the closest one with the pulse rifle at the same time as I just kick back. And hopefully the 0G will just take me away from this encounter.
Okay. First, make me a fear. I should have had you do this at the first security battle. Make me a fear save, but with advantage, since you're a Stone Cold Marine.
Stone Cold Marine. I roll a 7 as my primary best number. The other one is a 46. My fear is a 44, so I'll take the 7.
Okay. All right. You're good.
I am not afraid. Firearms and combat, I have 68.
Okay.
And I roll 27.
Very nice.
And that is 3d10 of damage to the closest android. And sweet. That is 25 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay.
Micro-tipped explosive Gauss bullets.
Okay.
With expended uranium, rocket assist,
So
grenade tipped.
You unload in it. Now remember, we're in 0G. We're in the void of space. The whole 9 yards. So there's no sound. You will say you're a Marine, so you've got the awareness that you probably shouldn't unload the gun like when you're with your back out of the spaceship, so like you can handle the recoil. You know what I mean? So you have mag boots? You have mag boots.
I have mag boots.
Yeah,
but
okay.
my whole point was to jump out of the ship. Like,
oh, okay. So
What's
you are
out of
jumping.
there?
use the recoil and kicking away and just spraying them with bullets as I just fly out.
That's even cooler because the visual's awesome.
I want to get out of here. I don't want to be caught in there getting wasted and no one even sees what's happening.
Right. Okay.
I want to get out.
The two of you who are David, we'll say that you're like all the way up at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're literally installing the camera and you see the body of Hubble like rocket backwards, and he's like really cool like action pose because he's like floating, but he's got like the gun. He's like with his visor down. Yeah.
Just so you know where I'm at, because that's going to obviously distract me from the installation. I'm going to do the deer stand thing I talked about. I'm going to lock in my boots, crouch down. Hopefully, because the smart rifle has an extreme range and the SMGs just have a long range, I'm out of their range and they're in mine. But I'm going to ready the gun to fire at whatever he was firing at. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay.
And Thulsa is on. I didn't really describe it. She is interested in checking out the damage that had been done to the Steve, so that she can get kind of an idea of what would be necessary to repair it. So I see her with mag boots on the outside of the hull of the Steve.
So I'm going to say you're adjacent as far as range. Not adjacent. Close. You're in close range to Hubble and the security androids and the whole hullabaloo. David, you are at long, not extreme, but long range.
Okay.
All right. So they are going to. I'm going to have them act because there is no valid target for David or Thulsa right now. Okay. So they are going to rush to the opening and they're going to attempt to fire upon Hubble, obviously. Right. Okay. The one,
really like this character.
by the way, Hubble, the one is that you shot was just riddled full of holes, and he actually takes a back seat to the other one that sort of covers for him.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to have him attack you with disadvantage, but the main guy's going to attack you normally.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just check my stats here.
I have a -10 armor class.
You probably have some AP though, right?
Whatever a vac suit provides, it's like 1 or 3. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Vac suit provides 3, but then of course it's hold.
63. I said disadvantage. Okay, so the guy that you beat up is the second guy to fire. He actually misses you. He goes wild. But the first guy who kind of is covering for his buddy manages to plug you. So you're going to take 16 health points. Bare bones. That's before any reduction.
Right. So I have 16 health.
Well, how much AP do you have?
3.
3. Okay, so you're going to take 13.
Yeah. But that means I now have a leaky vac suit.
Correct. Yeah.
Oop. Okay. Oh, no. Not 13. There we go. Okay, I have that is extremely bad. Okay. So I'm out of the ship.
Well,
am I floating away wildly or?
Well, I need to know the mechanical stuff first. You took 13 health points. So what are you at now?
3 health points and
3. So you
my
haven't
original 3 wounds. I have not taken a full wound. No,
You haven't taken a wound. Okay, that's the most important.
No.
Okay, but you're 3 away. You said you're 3 away from taking a wound, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Cool. You're going to decompress in. Ooh, that's not good. 1 round. You need to get the fuck away from here, like immediately. So there's it was like a big rent, and you could just see gas just like pouring out of it. Thulsa, you can see. Everyone can see it. Thulsa, David, you can both see it. Yeah, it's really bad.
Can I tourniquet it with a paracord?
You can try. That's extreme duress because you're under gunfire as well.
Yeah.
So
never mind.
You could definitely roll it, but I would give you heavy penalties. So yeah, both of them are going to fire.
Decompression. I'm far more than one round away from an airlock. I'm sure, right?
If you make what I would say is under normal circumstances, yes. If you're, but I would say because of the imperative that you could, I would allow you to make a speed check, and you could get to an airlock if you succeeded the speed check.
All right. Well, if I'm not flying away uncontrolled from my jumping out the back of the thing, I will make the speed check.
Okay, cool.
I will make it with extreme marining. Can I?
Do you have 0
Roll
G?
for marining, Ted.
Do you have 0 G?
No.
Do you have any skill that might apply?
Athletics.
I'll give you athletics.
Okay. So I have a speed of 40 and athletics of 10.
Okay.
So I will make a run for the airlock.
Okay.
And the only airlock here really is the one that we've been through before, right? Like there isn't some other airlock that I'm forgetting. Like if I go to it, I'm going to the one that we've been through before.
Garbage disposal has an airlock.
There's a bunch of exits out of here. So this is literally just kind of getting to any one of those exits, not necessarily
my map.
Not necessarily the airlock, which goes back to the control room. So you could go to the freight androids, you could go to the drone bay. You could try to get to the cargo elevator. Right.
But those aren't airlocks.
No, but they're doors. Like
they're doors. They just go to more 0 G and more.
Oh, well, that's true.
That's the only
true.
one.
Yeah. Sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah, even the receiving elevator. Okay, so I got to go to the control room.
Yes.
Okay. I need a 50 or less. And I die in the cold of space, John.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 65.
A 65. Okay, not a critical.
So I'm sprinting to the door, and you guys see me eventually just to kind of
Hold on. There's a thing here. There might. You're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, we would know how long. Like, okay,
That's
we
not that.
we
It's
can
not
see
that.
the gas venting, right? And
I'm going to say in the go ahead.
you can survive for once. This is on page 33. Once an oxygen supply runs out, you can survive for 15 seconds before you fall unconscious. After falling unconscious, you can survive for 1d5 minutes without oxygen before dying.
oh, we got this. This is fine.
Well,
David, please kill this.
Oh,
Please
hey,
kill
look,
the things.
Okay.
here's the line that says androids do not consume oxygen.
So
here's the thing. I don't want to do this to Ted again. Oh my God, Ted. Ulsa, you have like a hit point.
I'm hiding.
Well, you're hiding, and I'm in a sense hiding if they don't see me up in that corner, and I have 3 HP and a wound. If I get hit, I'm done. So
You're out of their range, right? Like you're far enough away.
no, they have long range with the SMG.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think what I would say in the this sucks, Ted. This sucks. I'm in the tree.
What you are about to do is going to get you crucified on the boards, man.
Oh my God. It's another pattern in David's weak character.
how did this same circumstances happen like this? It's amazing.
I'm gonna say on the comms because you're hiding, Tulsa. Lay low. He's
It's
gone.
Leica. It's pronounced Leica. And don't worry about it.
Jeez. He's forgotten about me already.
Yeah. I'm
All right, John. So
I don't think Hubble made it.
All right. So here's the deal, Hubble.
here's the deal. I got 15 more seconds.
Hold
What
on.
I'm saying.
No. Hold on.
Oh,
The 15 seconds is the round that you just spent trying to get to the airlock door. Okay.
Oh, I thought that the round that I spent was when there was still air in my suit, and at the end of the round, the air was gone.
Oh, well, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I'm going to give you one more round.
One more speed check, or one more? Does just succeeds? Because I'm close. It's another speed check, I guess, right? They're shooting at me. I'm under duress.
Yeah, I'm going to make you make the roll because it's just such a shitty situation. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. So now you see me turning blue. You no longer hear me gasping into my microphone because there's no longer any air for me to speak.
Wait.
That's good, 'cause that was
Before you
disturbing.
roll, do you have what's better? Do you have a better speed check or do you have a better body save?
Oh, by far my speed check.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. My body save is a 29.
All right, go ahead.
So 40 plus 10. I'm still running, but you can't hear me because I can't even breathe. 9, baby.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Okay, now
So
I gave you a break, but I'm going to pull back just a little bit because
they're going to shoot at me again.
they're going to shoot at you while you're doing that, right?
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
I would too.
Thulsa, what were you doing to hide?
Well, this is the exterior of a ship.
Yeah.
I'm hiding behind any protuberance that I can when I see this going on. If not, then making to the far side of whatever ship that they're coming on.
They're highly trained professional androids, so I'm going to give them a chance to spot you. You are actively trying to hide, so I'm just going to make it a very low chance, only 10%, but there is a chance. So here we go with that. They don't notice you. Both of them will fire upon Hubble. Miss. And hit. The wounded guy actually hits you this time.
That piece of crap.
You're going to take another 7 health points of damage. That does give you a wound, correct?
Yeah.
Wound Town. Welcome.
So the
There's
way
always
this works
room.
then is I take a wound
Yes.
and I take the 3 that I had and the 4 come off of the second wound, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
So I am at 12 health and I've taken 1 wound.
Yes, and we need to find out what that wound is. It was gunfire, so roll me a d10.
Okay. I
This
have
time
rolled a 1.
A 1. Okay, so you're going to take. You're going to have bleeding plus 1.
Oh,
Okay.
This is a gruesome scene. I imagine you basically crawling hands and knees towards
Oh yeah.
this
Oh,
door.
speaking of
Shoot him right
gruesome,
in the
David,
ass.
you know what that means? It's time for the overlay to change.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let's make this an especially bloody overlay.
Yeah, we have three faces. Didn't I give you three
Ooh.
faces of bloody? Yeah, I
Look
think I
at
did.
that, huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This
poor,
is
my poor players don't get to experience this, but
no.
Maybe I need to animate some dripping blood for a final form.
yeah, man.
I would just like to say I just realized this is David's fault because he wanted to put a camera at the loading dock. That wasn't my idea. This is
I was trying to help us.
Okay, so bleeding Hubble, you're going to take 1 damage every round until the bleeding is stopped. All right.
right.
And you're at bleeding 1 right now, so just want to note that in conditions. So you stumble through the airlock, just like pounding on the release thing, and you just collapse into the corridor beyond where gravity takes over, right? And you just slam into the ground and collapse. And you're just like sucking in air, just as you're just frantically trying to get your visor off the whole 9 yards, and you're just like bleeding copiously and coughing up. It's a fucking nightmare. Like you're looking really, really rough. Thulsa and David, you just watched the whole thing go down. We could probably actually retcon. I was focusing on Ted because that's where the drama was. But if you guys, David, I guess especially if you wanted to fire upon those androids, they are in the open.
You're muted.
I think that would almost certainly get me killed because I thought I was being smart with the ranges and they're in range. I will say that if it's possible, if I see an opportunity while they're aiming at him and not looking at me, for me to release my mag boots and crawl to the loading bay door and go on the other side, so I'm completely occluded, I would take that chance.
Like out into space, sort of, but still
out into space, and then mag boot to the side of the space, so I'm not like seeing it all by them.
Yeah, okay,
That's
cool.
what I would do.
No problem. And Thulsa, we're at the end of the session, so what did you want to do?
Yeah, I want to be completely. I want that ship completely between me and them.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I want to as far towards the back of it as I can be, so I'm close to space.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're going to end it here with the security androids in their professional manner. They again, if they're communicating, you can't tell what they're doing with each other or not, but they seem to be working in sync. So once the airlock door closes behind Hubble and Hubble collapses to the ground on the other side, they make a couple of, they exchange looks with each other, and they immediately sort of start to scan the room before they move any further to see if there's any other danger or threats like for them or anything like that. And then they, still with their guards up, constantly like moving their barrels around, they start to move towards the airlock door. Slowly, but because they're being cautious, which will give you some opportunity to do some actions, should you wish, when we start the top of next session. Okay, so we're kind of in media res. We're out of combat for the nonce, but you are being stalked by security androids, which know where you are, Hubble, and you are bleeding out. So the situation is a bit dire, but you're still alive.
That's fine.
And I don't think we cheesed it. I think we actually were pretty realistic with how that all went down. So I'm pretty.
I think so.
Yeah.
Ted. Ted, this game has a mark of doom on you.
Well, there's a couple of things that happened there. The dice weren't in your favor that time. I'm rolling random encounters constantly in this game, and they were hitting. But there's also an increased chance because of the damage that was done. There's a lot of security androids roaming around. So so time is not your friend right now, if you haven't picked up on that. In classic old school fashion. All right. So we will leave it there. Thank you all for watching and or listening to 3D6 Down the Line, the most criminally underwatched actual play series on the internet. This has been episode 17 of our Mothership campaign. You know what your solemn duty is out there. You got to like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we publish new material. It really does help. If you haven't subscribed already to YouTube, please do so. It's no skin off your back, but it really helps us out a lot. You got to work that algorithm. In addition, if you have a few extra bucks, you may want to hook us up with a Patreon subscription. If you do so at any paid level, you'll get access to our exclusive Patreon Return to Dolmenwood campaign, which is ongoing as we speak. We're having a great time with that. So you might want to go check that out. You get a couple of other extra bennies as well, access to secret channels on our Discord server, which is otherwise free to join. Lots of really cool people on there, day and night. And thank you, as always, to David for doing the artwork, animation, graphics, everything that you see before you in all of its bloody glory. It's all thanks to David. Thank you, David. And thank you to friend of the channel, Hank, a.k.a. Hellrude, for doing the awesome opening music for this campaign. Thank you, Hank. And, of course, our thanks go out to all of our patrons out there, our explorers, our delvers, and especially our conquerors. I have the distinct pleasure of reading those names aloud. The players get a break tonight. Kick back, relax, as we announce these lovely people. We have Chris Ackroyd, Jaring Goodman, 3C273, Evan Leroy, Narrative Erection, Adam McKinney, Yohet, E. Pendulous Unum. Love you, Pendulous.
Every time.
Soul Slur, Ryan Gunter, Chris Harvey, Otto Poole, Bren Kneecleaver, Sorcerius, Chris Malon DM, Cranbox, Oxian, Erica, Scott, Simone Canola, Q-Dog, Love Letters from the Locker, Marshall, Dogleaf, Mike Butts, Old Dirty Biggest Stickus, John Buchik, Scott Fournier, Sophia Peng, Mark Dyson, Carl Stephenson, some guy named Necrotic Gnome, Derek B., Ted is my goat, Eric Manley, Todd Jeffcoat, Tyler Hackenberg, Christo Lute, Jeff, Julian, Archelocus, Jofo, Brutes Monkeys, Hot Dog, The Mighty Martian, Noah, Christopher Bishop, Banana Hammock, AJ, Machines of Loving Grace Gently Cupping. That's a deep,
Yes.
that's a deep cut. Love it. Michael Sauer, Adam Lovelace, Desiree Marcel, Grizz Loves Games, Dustin Reedy, Chris Rowe, Benjamin, King of Jupes, MP, Todd, Hex Brawler Jake, Steve, Jeff Marino, T. Wegman, Alan Barton, Robert Kirkland, Eric Tsunami MD, Samuel Dillon, Yesterday's Glory, Mike Small, some guy named Richard Barton, Christian Carter, Dungeon Maestro, Isaac 2D10 plus 25 DTL Spencer, James Boyle, Ted the Tedding Teddy Bear, Chris Loricella, John Hooker, Mordrew, Zachary Hall, Saps. Now it's time for the Davids. Papa Bear DM, Zach Shiflett, You're Not My Dad, Mike, I'll put what I like, 605. Ruben K, Dar Jr., Procyon, Dakota Nielsen, Cam, Stephen Quisenberry, John and Law Logan, Kabrowskis, Bruiser, Magic Meat Machine, Phil, Nakano the Amused, Nick, Jeff Szymanski, Mando NZ, Boo Shawareb, Jimbo WA, Ted Gast, Eric Lawson, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, Jason Jones, MM, Michael Schilling, Stefano Di Maiolo, Ash Gabrielle, Chongus, Hexbrawler Joshi, Arno, Iona, Michael Walker, Mother of Romulus, Hand Android, Sean Ellis, Summon Toast, Too Rude, Too Ishvan, R. Cabral, Dungeon Heart Adams, Scott Earsley, Mechjack, Kick Maniac, Dire Grew, the Harbinger of the Mats, Tom Eric Garrettson, and then the Mats, Matthew Mattis, Mads the Danish Matt, Matt Koenig, Matt Walsh, Matt Mason, and Matt Young. Thank you.
Harbinger of the Mats.
Thank you, as always, to all of our conquerors. One of these days, I'm going to have that memorized and just going to whip it off. But thank you, as always, for your continued support. We really do appreciate it. And thank you, everyone, for out there. And we will see you next time. Enjoy your week. Bye.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you, John.
Happy New Year.